young child out of the bath, and that's why he's not playing tonight.
Well, it'd be, and it's only a very young child. May Florence Power, born March 1. And
that's dangerous doing that.
Yeah, you want to cut that out.
May Power. Anyway, we're back in the action, and the kick forward by Sandilands. There's a hold, and it'll be a Brisbane Lions free kick.
Actually, Jed Adcock was the other Brisbane Lions to his partner Haley, had a baby, and that was only a couple of days ago. Lily Rose came into the world.
Oh, that's good spoil, from Stephen Hill, because Buick had made good position.
Now, Matty Leuenberger, this is a big quarter for you and this club, because the way Aaron Sandilands just cleared that ball out of the centre circle was too easy. Just got forward like a midfielder and kicked the ball to the top of the square.
Bounces off his shoulder and he gets back and did well to get it to Main, who tries to release Pavlich. Handball out wide. Crowley's got a bit of room, or he can go over the top. Just in play. Very tight.
Looked to dish it off inside, but there's a massive players everywhere. He's spot on, Shorey. Matty Leuenberger's got to negate those clearances and probably get used around the ground. But at the moment, he should just lock onto Aaron Sandilands and negate the contest.
Well, in the tap-outs, you cannot beat him, but around the ground, don't allow him possession.
Very tough kick for Mundy. And put too much on the banana. And the opening score of the quarter, it's the Dockers within 9. We'll chat to Chris Main about getting too close to the 10-metre square.
Well, he was only 9.5 metres instead of 10, Matty. The umpires, you've got to make your mark in the game.
That was close to over.
It was pretty close. Long kick. Now, Clark and Leuenberger, a little bit of miscommunication there. Rich got it back to Clark. Fumble. Here's Mundy.
Oh, top of the goal square.
There's 3 on 1. Oh. Dockers everywhere.
Great grab.
Take your pick.
That was extremely well done. Johnson was all by himself at the top of the goal square, and the kicker identified that Brisbane Lions were dramatically outnumbered 3-1. In the end, they had the chance to spoil themselves here. Daniel Merritt got rid of his direct opponent, and that's a good leap.
He'd be filthy, Daniel Merritt. Mainly, if you go back to Mitch Clark on the wing, the contest wasn't good enough.
He just dropped it.
Yeah, he's got to be better than that. And that turnover, everybody was running forward, and then it was Merritt against 3.
So this is the start that Mark Harvey was looking for from his Fremantle team. Johnson, 30 metres out, directly in front.
He shanked it.
I can't believe he's missed that. I'll put it in the book. He's had 2 bad kicks now, Johnson, and not the start Mark Harvey was looking for, but they're pressing, but...
just the drop. The drop was down to the left and just had to chase it and pull the kick.
Long kick from McGrath towards the boundary.
So that could come back and bite them, the Fremantle Dockers. I mean, you've missed shots at goal. From that close, the start of the 3rd term just really would help with momentum. A great confidence booster for that man there as well, to get a good mark and goal early.
Numbers, though, for the Dockers from the clearances here. And Subin gets it from Palmer, drives low to Main, and they're looking good here, Fremantle. And Main can let Johnson just have a bit of a sigh of relief if he kicks this.
Contested clearances, Fremantle. Brisbane went 50 metres against the runner who went through the mark. I don't know if we can see this in replay, but you heard the umpire then. The runner has gone through the mark, so this will be a certain goal to Fremantle.
That's spot on, sure. It's a certain goal now, where a kick from probably 50 metres was always going to be, probably 60% chance that he was going to convert it.
Main does, and he gets Fremantle to within 2 points.
Yeah, crucial error, and that is a very bad mistake from the Brisbane Lions staff here. We see there, just gone straight across the mark. And, Michael Boss will be very disappointed with that one. There's a bit of Aaron Sandilands working close. He's getting his hands to the ball. And some nice clearance work from the Fremantle Dockers. Find a bit more space at the moment than they have in previous parts of the game. And that's a very nice pass.
Yes, so Main becomes the first Docker to kick 2 goals. But just such a simple error from the runner. Costly one.
Brisbane Lions have been, every quarter, have been fantastic with their pressure early in the quarter, and it hasn't started that way in this 3rd.
That was good hands from Leuenberger.
They're getting pushed off the ball here, the Lions. That was Lower who did well there. Adcock over the top of him. Umpire still waiting, but finally blows the whistle.
Well, for the majority of the first half, just right up until the last few minutes of that first half, I think every time you saw a Fremantle Dockers player around a contest, they had a Brisbane Lions player. Early parts of this third term, there's been a bit more space given to the Fremantle Dockers on ballers.
Again, Lower diving in hard and standing up and got a boot to ball.
He's been good, Lower.
He has.
Off the rookie list.
Still up, under pressure. The kick tumbled forward, but Fremantle have numbers. Trying to share it back to Palmer. In turn to Broughton. He's got two players out wide, one of them Van Berlo.
Give again.
Back to Broughton. Forced to kick it high. Merritt and Bradley are coming.
Oh, that's a great grab.
Strong mark, McPhee. And the Dockers pushing here. McPhee hooks it. Oh, strong take from Staker.
Speaking of good marks, and Staker's been, of all the mature age recruits last year, he's been the standout.
Why did he play on then, though, when he had control, put his teammate under pressure?
Now, Sandilands will win a free kick for in the back.
Well,
the big man was down low.
Staker, off one step, with the pressure coming to him, handball, and he played on quickly here to Hill.
Now, the designated kicker right to the square. McPhee using the body. One not there. Almost got it. Rockcliffe.
Grab.
Pressure from Fremantle good. Brisbane cannot get it out of their defensive 50. It's going to come in again. Not 15. Mundy might not need it.
No,
gets around one. Gets around two. Throws it across the boot. Mundy's kick. Right to the line. It's touched. And now it's a behind. Oh.
Important stage of the game for the Brisbane Lions at this stage. Just Dockers have come out. They're firing. They're on top at the moment.
Well, Brisbane just making errors.
Nowhere to go here.
Choices or decision making.
We go out of bounds nearly.
Jonathan Brown led up. Great work rate. That's shot in the hands. They're in the back.
Well, that was fortunate for Jonathan Brown because he was outnumbered. So McFarlane pushing the back.
Got to compete here, Clark. Well done.
Numbers again, though, for Fremantle. Subin was on hands and knees. McFarlane a little bit untidy. Banfield across pit. Banfield again, shrugs the tackle. Got boot to ball, no one home for Brisbane. Duffield goes back. Short to McFarlane. Lions holding on to just a 1-point lead. They've led for the majority of the game. Dockers got 2 of the first 3 goals. Duffield again. He's away. A little bit slippery, but the ball does come back off the bounce.
Good pass. Just long.
Again over the back. Ballantyne runs onto it. Taps it forward. He loves a goal. He loves to sprint hard. He keeps it low and drives the Dockers into the lead.
A few concerns for the Brisbane Lions in the early part of this third term. Fremantle Dockers dominated possession 35-16. And just struggling to find any space whatsoever, the Lions, when they do take the ball. But the big thing for the Fremantle Dockers, they've got plenty of numbers running into space. They're carrying the ball better than they did in the first half. And there's one of their more experienced players, Ballantyne, running into space. Good strong body to get through that tackle, and good goal.
Coming off 33 goals last year, gets his first for the night. But Fremantle have hit the front.
Well, the fact they've doubled possession is a real indication of how the game is going, but their possessions are a lot cleaner and they're a lot more spaced. Brisbane Lions just aren't pressuring the Dockers as they did in the first half.
That's the point, pressuring 6-1 inside 50s Fremantle.
So more space again.
It's going to be 7 in a minute as Duffield kicks it out wide. And Lower got rid of Stiller. Walters tapped it in front of Crowley. Off the ground. That's out of bounds on the full. For a second, I thought it was going to go to the top of the square.
That's a place kick.
Once again, maintain possession. Oh, dangerous. Sure, he was up out of the chair then. Daniel Merritt going short across goals, but hit the target, which was good.
Staker in turn short, but haven't really gained anything here, the Lions. That was a measured pass to Leuenberger. Long kick from him. 2-on-1, and getting back easy was Kepler Bradley.
They're setting up better now. Fremantle behind the ball. We haven't seen a lot of. They've really been man on man most of the night.
Sandwich by himself. Well, effectively.
The umpire then too. Ran into the umpire.
Duffield. Low. McPhee. Almost the mark. Numbers back for Brisbane. Redden found himself in a bit of space. Stiller uses Staker. No one to kick to. He's just got to kick it over the top to Brown. But it was the wrong option. He picked out Van Berlo, who in turn is going to head towards the wing and find Pitt.
He's a couple of years in the gym, doesn't he?
Yeah, a few pre-seasons wouldn't go astray, but he's looked quite handy.
Yeah.
He's had the 8 disposals now.
He wants McPhee one-on-one with Hanley. Again, it's over the back. Seen that a number of times tonight. Handball untidy. Not a good give from Patville. He just gave that up to Walters. Starting to feel the pressure, but he went back, and his second effort was a smother.
Good smother. McPhee's looking dangerous up forward. Just got that strong body. Just putting the Brisbane Lions defenders under pressure. Wasn't able to take the mark on that occasion.
Simon Black has not touched the ball this quarter.
It's a massive win for the Dockers.
Now
there you go, Shorey.
On cue, beautifully.
He's away, and on the right boot, he hooks it back to Brown.
Oh, that's a free kick. Took him, mate.
Grover. Duffield. He'll get back on his left boot. Switch. Banfield has got pace. Now they can get up.
He's got to hold it up.
He's got to play it forward.
He had to hold it up there.
Brown to the advantage. Not taken. Number here, though. Rockcliffe backs past it.
Oh, dropping the ball. Red hot. Took on the tackler.
Gee, they were out then, weren't they?
They needed that player streaming towards goal.
Well, they've won it back. So 2 errors from the Dockers. They've given it over to Brisbane. 2 intercepts there. This time it's Leicester again. And he hits it towards Brown. Buick over the top. Duffield couldn't take it. Palmer fishing it forward. And Mundy can run onto it. Handballs to the advantage of Maine. Who's going to keep their feet? But here's Valentine. He lost it. Black tapped it out. Leicester goes through, wins a free kick.
It's good work from Leicester. Got his head over the ball, went in low, threw the free kick.
Love the way Rowan Buick goes out the ball in the marking contest.
Yeah.
Not worried who's around him.
It's a very good overhead mark too.
Rockcliffe spears it in. I don't know about overhead. He just dropped the chest mark.
Chest mark's not great, but overhead's very strong.
That's unbelievable. Simon Black gets the possession when you say he hadn't touched it. And Buick overhead mark drops the sitter.
You blokes at half-time and looking at crystal balls, were you?
Yeah, we were.
I'm going to throw that one away.
There's Black again. He's trying to step up the work rate. Staker's been good. And he hits a target. But bounces off the chest again. Now Rich. Caught.
That's a good tackle.
And here go Fremantle. Very messy from Brisbane, and they can make them pay. The kick into the pocket, just a little bit too far.
No way.
That was almost the goal of the year from McPhee.
Thank goodness that hasn't gone in. That was unbelievable. He was very optimistic to have a go. Just thought he might have found a yard to get there and take the mark. And have a look at here. It's just kicks forward.
That's still in play.
That's in play.
That's a sensational effort.
That would have been a very
Goal of the
early
century.
vote for goal of the year.
You could put away goal of the year if that went through.
Yeah.
It's only 11 years old, a century, so it wasn't that big, was it?
It's been some good ones.
Brisbane have just stepped it up a bit, but they just can't quite complete the contract. Kicks like that.
Are hurting.
Stiller.
Keep it.
Brown is there, open forward line.
Banfield's looking to go back.
Brown spots Rich, who's within range.
He can go the journey.
On his left boot. Is it straight? That's why he's in the team. Bingo, bango, bongo, goal.
And that's why Tony Shaw, you like him playing midfield forward because you can kick goals. I know the last year certainly without Josh Drummond around for most of the year, they enjoyed his precision kicking off half back. But that is a very good potent left leg. And he's kicked that from just outside 50 and that sailed through. There's a prodigious kick of the ball. And just what the Lions needed at this stage of the game.
Score's all tied up.
I like the bingo, bango, bongo too. That was the name of the personal names of a group in the 1960s. Matty Cam, bingo, bango, bongo.
But it's a good kick and just what the Lions needed, because they had reacted to a great start to the quarter by the Dockers, who come again here. Pavlich didn't take possession, played it well. He's going to play on with his own advantage. McPhee again the target. Strong again.
He's dangerous overhead, and they put Staker onto him. He had the Pearce-Hanley matchup.
Crowley wanted it. Patford comes in for the spoil. Van Berlo.
Well done.
Boys, just to let you know, Clay Beams actually came off as the substitute, and he's getting ice on that hip, so his night is over. Buchanan has come into the side.
We thought that wouldn't be too far away. Fresh legs of Eamon Buchanan.
I want to bring up something about the substitute. What has to happen at the ground just in a second when we get a lull in play.
Strong work from Nick Subin, pressuring. Hands from Daniel Rich was good to Leuenberger, Brown and McFarlane. Ball over the back, a chance for Buick. He's got a player out wide, he uses him. Buchanan's just on the ground. Handball's back to Brown, probably could have had a shot. And can they get free, Fremantle?
Away now.
Palmer.
Pressure's still on.
Buchanan went back for a second effort. High from Brown. And Broughton doesn't want to do anything except play on quickly.
Lucky to get away with that, Fremantle Dockers.
Subin, too high there for Bradley. Redden was out. Well, he was a lot shorter. Redden, Blacker with a free kick.
Just one thing about that substitute, I think it should be put up at every venue on the scoreboard to tell everybody in the crowd that it happens, because you don't get an advantage of it's not a strategy anymore because the player can't come back on. Substitute invoke, I reckon you've got to put it up on the scoreboard.
Kick from Pat flat wide. Buick has got a bit of space. How he uses it is the key. And they've got numbers back, Fremantle. Mundy having an influence in this third term. An error. It was from Ballantyne. Second effort was good to knock it back to 5. They're not out of trouble yet, Fremantle. Walters wants a free kick, didn't get it. Buchanan, Lester to Clark. Long, no one home for the Dockers. How will it bounce? Oh, true. A goal to Clark, and the Lions are back in front.
Mitch Clark, I tell you what, tonight I haven't been happy with his efforts at time, but here the follow-up football, one, he was on the ground and then he just kept at it. Now, I don't know whether that was a holding free kick, but there was no doubt that Walters played for it, and he kept at the ball, kept at the contest. I think he's got to keep doing this to become a very good player, but a great finish to Mitch Clark, because the trend now has gone back Brisbane's way.
The Lions have answered the challenge from the Dockers with 2 goals.
They have, and sure, as you said, the multiple efforts there from Mitch Clark was very good, and that was the key why he's such a good ruckman, because his second, third efforts around the ground to compete with the smaller players, that's what makes Mitch Clark a very good player.
Here's Pavlich. He can go from here, straight from the centre square. Well, you wouldn't see that very often. Pav's kicked that 35 metres around from the point post.
No, you wouldn't see that often, but it was good pressure.
Like either.
Good pressure from the Lions, at least to put the chase on, lay a hand on Pavlich as he's about to take the kick.
Well, it bounces off of O'Brien's knee to Van Berlo. Searching handball, releasing 5 from 50 metres out. He's kicked it out on the full. What is going on?
Well, that centre-bounce clearance with Brisbane Lions, you cannot allow the class of Pavlich to run onto that. Someone has to be thought of in blocking and staying in a zoning position.
Lee, Fremantle have made their substitution.
They have, mate. Reece Palmer's come from the ground. His night is also over. I think it might have been that clash with Buchanan. They've already checked him, the doc, about his head, but it looks like he's okay. Dylan Robinson into the game.
What about that, boys, on the screen to say it's been invoked into the game? I think because there's no strategical impact that the side can get by keeping it secret.
No, not a bad
one. But no one in the crowd knows about it. Are you
watching the screen, or are you watching the game?
Well, no, just flash it up, substitute invoke, so then they can look to see who's come on the ground and who's gone off. It's not a big thing, but just a little bit of a aesthetic impact.
Well, Pavlich has kicked it out in the full again.
Well, the ground announcer's been pretty busy here all night. Sure, maybe it's his job.
No, I'm not talking about saying it. I want to see it.
Up the line, the kick from Rockcliffe. Buick on the left boot. One-on-one Brown. First back Broughton. Brown was just sweating on him. There's Robertson to Grover. And they did well there, didn't panic. Broughton, Robertson. His first kick is a grubber. Here's Crowley, got it from Hill. Have enough on the kick. Kept his feet, Fife.
He's in trouble now, he's outnumbered.
High tackle.
It's good work. And there's a bit happening here.
Well, Adcock might get a reversal free kick.
That's a very bad mistake.
Well done to Adcock, because he really sucked him in on that occasion. He kept holding him so he couldn't get up, I would think.
They'd won the free kick, Fife.
Yep.
Did all the hard work. Now Adcock just going to hit it high. Tough one for a forward there. 3-on-1 against Brown.
Far one over the back.
Yep. Let's take a look at Fife and Adcock.
Deserved the high contact with the right arm over the shoulder.
Let's see if he just wouldn't let him up. He's holding his jumper on the front so he can't get up, but then if you hit anywhere in the face, you're going to reverse the free kick. Something's happened.
Rains and Pavlich.
McPhee for the blood rule. So McPhee comes from the ground with the blood rule. Neat. Yeah. Nice work by our cameraman on that side of the ground to pick that up pretty quickly.
It's not exactly flowing.
No,
Lee Colbert's pretty close to it, Lee.
Yeah, look, McPhee looks like he's okay, so there's a little bit of blood there. But interestingly enough, the spare umpire has been talking to the Fremantle official about their interchanges, so very close to having an interchange problem.
Okay, keep an eye on that. Pavlich has won the free kick. Kicks it long. The big man is there, Sandlands, but he couldn't mark it. Hill was just streaming past.
He's still going Hill.
Yeah, but Leuenberger thought, no, if I just stand in front of him, he can't get past him. Now we've got an injured player
down. Now there's a fair bit of concern for the Brisbane Lions player, and
Brent Staker.
And looks like he's got a heavy knock there, and that's, or is it a right knee? Looks like a right knee. You know,
is that kneecap out of way?
Not quite sure. See if we can get a replay on that one, but it doesn't look good for Brent Staker, and they've just made their substitution with Clay Beams going off Raymond Buchanan as well.
Buick.
2-on-1.
2-on-1 for the Dockers. Banfield shouldn't win this. They work it out. Broughton, Van Berlo, but he's wrapped up. Stayed in the contest. Banfield, there he is. Subin gets another go and he taps it to the boundary.
Yeah, good call, Matty.
It is his right knee, boys.
So just looking at that one now.
Gee, I hope that's okay. He's been a very good player for Brisbane Lions.
Oh, he's been a great pick-up.
He's come from the West.
Both the doctors and the physio with him at the moment.
Important time in the game here. Inside the last 5 minutes of this third quarter. And the pressure from the Dockers here is superb.
Is it Rains?
Rains it was. Tumbled forward and we got a boundary.
Oh, look at the Brent Staker incident. He's down the ground there in this marking contest. Goes down.
Just collapsed, didn't it?
Didn't seem to be a lot in it. He's just collapsed, and that's never a good sign when just a simple collapse and was in a fair bit of pain.
Free kick here, Fremantle. So Main can kick his third, and Ty scores up once again.
Daniel Merritt just a bit too hard at the contest. Maybe lost the plot here. Had to go low. That's not a good sign.
No, that doesn't look good at all. Didn't seem to be a collision where he's copped a whack on that knee. Just seemed to give him away when he was pushed.
So Beams down, Staker now down.
See on the laptop there, new conditioning coach for the Brisbane Lions, Brett Burton.
Main. Bit of an angle, but only 35 metres out. It's going to be tight to the right-hand side. An opportunity missed for him, and he knows it.
They missed plenty of opportunities in this third term. And let's see if we can see on this right leg. Oh, yeah, it might have been the kneecap actually popping out, then back in. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's exactly in the right spot.
So, interesting times there for Staker. Let's hope that, for his sake, that nothing too serious. And Hopefully the season isn't over. Chance for Fremantle. Send it in long. Pavlich is there. Almost got it. Stays on his feet. Patfull with him.
Great tackle. Joel Patfull, bit apnea off the ball. Very dangerous player in that sort of situation, Matthew Pavlich.
Don't give anything away here, Brisbane Lions. No stupid free kicks.
Leuenberger got to the front. Was looking for Rockcliffe, who got it now. Again, it's smothered, though. It falls back for Walters. Quick hands. Very quick hands by the Dockers, but an interception by Leicester. Another smother by Fife. Dockers trying to keep it inside their forward 50 to get a shot at goal. And they almost did. Margin is 4. 22 scoring shots to 18 now in favour of the Dockers.
And I think it's in the first 2 quarters. This is when the Brisbane Lions have conceded a goal. This time-on period, late in the first term and the second term, I think it was.
Tell you what, too, your first game of the year, I don't care how many pre-season games you played, NAB Cup games, this is different. There's going to be some tired boys. This is head-to-head now.
They're blowing, especially with the Lions down 1 player.
Leuenberger won the free kick. Now he spots Redden in the middle, who is called to play on, and he's run himself into trouble. Big trouble. He got Rains to help out. Handball over the top, but they'll need a kick shortly. Rockcliffe, good vision. Leicester, just off the side of the boot, took a step.
He'll learn. He'll have to learn from that. Just get back from the mark a little bit quicker, or play on and run the lines with the ball if you can. Off one step, under pressure, you're going to make those mistakes. That's inexperience.
Pack forms, the spoil from Merritt, but front and square was Hill. He accelerates away. He gets it to Nick Lower. He kicks in the Pavlich direction. One-on-one, it's a mismatch. Rains did okay, and he got some help from McGrath. And that's a win for Brisbane.
Did he what? Great play by Rains.
Breaking away Adcock. Hard running from Buchanan. He's got fresh legs.
Forward.
Brown's got free, but Buchanan can't get it to him. In turn, he decides to go to Rich. Buchanan's kept going. Rich wants Brown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Too good. Might have got collected as well.
I don't know whether Rich was going for Mitch Clark. Oh, he's not good. Jonathan Brown, gee, this would be tragic. If this is a concussion, he's trying to get up. Blood rule 2, and maybe a stretcher. You heard the umpire.
He's got absolutely smashed then when once he's taken the mark, got hit by, I think it was a Dockers player. Other than his opponent.
He won't show his concussed, those, Alistair. He's trying to get to his feet to say, I'm not concussed, so I don't go off.
Well, there's a couple of things here. He wants to have a shot at goal, and he wants to play next week.
Well, and he doesn't want to go up to this stage.
That's from McFarlane, I think it was, a knee to the head. Now, he is not good. Yeah, that's a big impact.
Right on the jaw.
Yeah, that is...
He's such a great player. He knows the situation here. He knows that there will be 2 players down on the bench if he goes off. If he goes off with...
He's got to go off the blood rule.
You go with the blood rule, and that'll be okay, because... Oh, gee, this bloke, he is an out-and-out superstar, Jonathan Brown. We keep saying about it. But he knew the situation of the game, even though he's feeling probably a bit groggy. Now he'll be able to come back on the ground because he's going off with the blood rule. Have a look, he's not right.
Well, geez, I'd love to see how they go through the concussion test.
Exactly.
That is a big knock. If you don't get concussion from that, you don't get it.
Well, he's got a broken nose, probably.
A lot of chat between the umpires about just how he is.
Yeah. So there's great use of the body. Puts out the... Ooh, that's solid.
Good test of this rule right here and now. Yeah. But it's up to the doctors. The doctors are the only one who are going to say if he's concussed or not.
Staff.
I know what Jonathan Brown will be saying to him.
Oh, that's right. Exactly right.
But more importantly, in the context of the game, Clark has to kick the goal. Yeah. Otherwise, all of this effort from Brown is wasted.
Yeah, courageous player.
He's getting it together here now, isn't he? As closer he's getting, he looks like he's walking a little bit better. Still being supported by the doctor.
I think both coaches would be very anxious to see the medical report.
So Clark for his second, but as we approach three-quarter time, it can restore the lead from half-time of 10 points. The crowd will tell you the story.
Oh, what?
Wasn't a great kick.
His second effort to spoil it, but
That's just not coping with the situation.
and he can get upset as much as he wants and push and shove.
Well, he does want to compound the problem, actually give a free kick
Yeah.
away.
Well, the Fremantle boys have just identified that did not cope with the pressure of that situation. Our statement doesn't look good, does it?
No, it doesn't look good at all. Looks very dejected at the moment.
High clearing kick. McGrath has to stand and wait. It flips over the back. First to it is Adcock. Now Merritt can go with the switch.
Swing it wide here.
Buick is trying to get further wide. The Hanley's going to try and straighten things up. Into the pocket he goes. Clark on the lead.
Oh, make amends. Make amends here.
Well, he has an opportunity. It's a tough kick.
It's a tough kick, but the expectations, I mean, realistically,
They're on him now.
are low. And he should go back, just be confident and kick the ball. Expectations around the crowd is that he's going to struggle to kick this one, as he should. He's 2 rows back there. But these are the ones that can just come off the boot nicely.
We just like to see him at least hit it well. I mean, the floater before was horrendous. He scored a point.
That's about what you'd expect from there, I would think.
Yeah, very tough kick from that position. But he moved to get the mark very well. And the Lions are going to be very reliant on him in the last term, especially if Jonathan Brown can't come back on.
So the Lions hang on to a 5-point lead, but the story of the quarter is their injury problems. How will it pan out? Are they down to just 19 men? We'll find out after the break when we return here to the Gabba on Saturday Night Football. The Lions lead by 5.